Hi there, everybody. Okay, so first of all, Happy New Year to you. And if you don't know me, because I'm streaming into a few different places here, I'm Stephanie Richter. I'm a future executive senior director of Richter's Rain, future national of the emerging Rain area. And I am probably your grandma. If you don't know who I am, I'm probably your grandma, meaning your sales director is one of my directors. All right, so I want to get the introductions out of the way. So you guys, I'm really excited. Yesterday was my Grammy day, so it's a day that I have my grandson, and I started to record. So I started to record all about our new SOAR program that is amazing. Big thank you to Michaela Scheel of the Pink Post community for making these beautiful. And I got most of the way through, and then I had a glitch in my sound, and then my grandson woke up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just let myself take it over here, and I'm going to have this video that I recorded yesterday, and then I'll come in at the end and wrap it all up. So here's the deal. If you are a new consultant, this is a must watch because this helps you understand the overarching way our business works. This is your job description I'm talking about in here, but then I also do a whole bunch of mindset, skill sets. That's what we all want to, like, we want to sharpen our skills, but we got to have the right mindset to get us through the scratchy parts. So I'm going to do that. If you are a consultant who wants more out of your business and you've been plugged in and you're like, I know what you're talking about, Stephanie, I'm all in, then this is a must watch. For those of you that are like, Stephanie, I've been kind of thinking about just picking up my business, picking up the pace of my business. This inflation is getting me and my family. I'm ready for something different, something more. I need a positive place to personally grow. I need a new community of women that is more healthy. I need to get out of this job. It's toxic. I don't know what you're going through, but there's many of you going through those things. And so I want to tell you, watch prayerfully. All right. So I'm just going to share my video and then come in at the very end. Hello, everybody. Hello. Today is my Grammy day. So I'm sitting outside in my backyard on this beautiful sunny day in the great Pacific Northwest. And I wanted to bring some things to you. And so I needed to be able to do it away from where my grandson can hear my voice. And right when I started this recording, I heard his little cry on on the monitor. So I have just a couple of minutes that I want to share with you before I need to go get him up. Oh my gosh, you guys, this year is a setup for success. And I have so much to share with you about many things on the why of that. But more importantly, what I want to do is I want to kick out our newest promotions. And here's what I want you guys to know about the newest promotions that we kicked out to align with Mary Kay's promotions. Here's what I want to tell you. Whenever we do promotions or challenges, whenever Mary Kay does promotions and challenges, there's an intention with it. There's intention. And when I mean intention, I mean there's like, you stay focused on the challenges and promotions that we align with Mary Kay's. That's like your job description. You have a job description, any other job you've ever held. You have here's your to-dos. These are the things you're going to do in your business all the time or in your job all the time. It's your job description. But what we do is we add fun to the job description and we add depth to the job description. We help you understand become more self-aware. We help you to create the kind of life that you want. Would I have been able to say 33 years ago when I started my business and we lived in a little tiny 1,000 square foot, stinky little moldy home, really, would I be able to say that the choices I made, that I started to make little by little with my job description, with my Mary Kay job description, book and hold appointments, share the product, share the opportunity, become more self-aware, understand my why? Do you think that I could have seen where this business would take me? That I'd be sitting in a backyard on a lake? No way. In my wildest imagination could I have even fathomed that. I had so many limiting beliefs that blocked me along the way. And this is what we want to do. Me with all of the directors in the Rain National areas, we want to teach how to understand ourselves better so that we can do the job descriptions in the amount of time that is right for each individual person, because you get to make those decisions. It with your values and your priorities set the way you want them to be set, so that then you can live the life of your dreams, whatever that may be, whatever that might be. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about why. But before I do that, and what I really want to do in this particular recording, and you're going to see me in the next couple of weeks, within the next week, with more on this why. Your why is like the fuel that takes you past a limiting belief, takes you past a doubt, takes you past a fear. It's a lot, most of the time, the things that keep us from living our dreams and experiencing our why in a fuller form in our life is fear. And fear comes in a lot of different ways, and we're not always equipped, and we haven't been taught how to understand ourselves enough, how we're wired, and the actions to take in an environment of support. And that's important. Like add that you're at a group of accountability women that are walking in the same shoes as you, so to speak, with that support, with that understanding, and with that belief that, I always told my children, I will never do for you what you can do for yourself, because that disempowers you. I will not enable you on purpose. Now, I was not the perfect parent, let's just be clear, but I am the perfect Grammy. No, I'm not. But I've learned a few things. But my point is that we have to go through the scratchy parts. We have to go through the hard parts. You guys embrace it, because it's part of the learning process, and it teaches you what you're capable of. And we are so much more capable than we think as we journey. Okay, so what is this going to look like? Practically, it's going to look like this. This is the practical part. You're going to see this on your Facebook groups, and we're going to call this a soar sheet. And there's 4 different categories of soars that you can do. 4 different elevations. That's a way better way to say that. 4 different elevations: the 5,000 feet, the 10,000 feet, the 20,000 feet, and the 40,000 feet. These are activity levels. This is your job descriptions are in each one of these. Doesn't change. Our Mary Kay business is simple, not easy, but it's simple. So what makes up our Mary Kay business? Well, you're going to see on every one of these, there's daily habits. We're going to talk more about that here in a second. Faces, skincare sets sold, retail sales. That's your result. That's what we're all looking for, because that's where your profit is. And just FYI, dreams take finances. Let's be clear. We don't go after money just to have money to make us more valuable or make us more cool or to think we're more than something that we really are. Money gives choices to us as families. What does Carol Anton say, National Sales Director Emeritus? She says, money is the measure of the pleasure that you can put into the lives of others. Okay, so just a side note. So don't ever feel like making money is a negative thing, like you shouldn't. That's a limiting belief. And we'll cover some of these things as we go along here together. So I digress into teaching. Retail sales, career shares, and team members. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Daily habits, faces, skincare sets sold, retail sales, career shares, and team members. So in the $5,000 foot elevation, you're going to see to do 50 daily habits in a month. We'll talk about those in just a sec. 10 faces in a month. So when you do that, you'll more than likely sell 3 skincare sets in a month. 500 in retail sales for the month. So your profit would be half of that minus the 10% to run your business. So whatever that is. 4 career shares and 1 team member. As you pop up to 10,000 feet elevation, you're going to go to 60 daily habits, 20 faces, 6 skincare sets, 1,000 in retail sales, 8 career shares, 2 team members. And then when you go up to 20,000 elevation, that's 70 daily habits in the month, 30 faces, 9 skincare sets, 1,500 in retail sales. Probably be more than that with that many faces, but we'll just say that. 12 career shares, 3 team members. Over here in the 40,000 foot elevation, this is where things like the Queen's Court of Sales happens. And that's 90 daily habits, 50 faces, 12 skincare sets, 3,200 in retail sales, 20 career shares, and 5 team members. Now, those are the activities. This is the activities.
this is like you're putting things into motion. It's like planting the seeds, and then the harvest will come from it. Now, each one of these has a wholesale order that is attached to it that's mandatory. So the goal is to do 3 out of 6. So let's say you choose the 10,000 foot elevation as your target. Then you're going to want to get your daily habits in. In fact, if you start there on your daily habits will create some of these other things. So you're going to have a target. So then what's going to happen is through that target, you're going to, it gives you a place, it gives you a track to run on, but it also gives you a place knowing that you have had success. Sometimes people say, well, I just want to grow my business. No, you have to be intentional. These give you the intention. And then getting that order in is mandatory, because that your retail sales and your wholesale orders and your team members, that's the results that you're looking for. Okay, so 3 out of 6 of any one, you choose which elevation based on your activity level, what you want from your business, and your time, all of those things. And this is a conversation you can have with your director directly. Is, okay, I really want to shoot for this 40,000, but what does that look like? I work full time, or I have kids, or I homeschool, all the things I do. Is it possible? Let's talk about it, because this business has changed since we are now so virtual. All right, so you're going to choose in the month what elevation you're going to shoot for. Then you're going to do what? All the people said track, Stephanie, because a tracked number doesn't only just grow, because it doesn't just magically grow. You grow it. However, if you don't track what you're doing, one, you can't celebrate your successes, and two, you can't recognize where your gaps are. You can't find your blind spots. Tracking helps you find the blind spots. This is business, you guys. So I want to talk first just specifically, this is our business right here on one sheet. Just focus on that one thing, and you will build yourself a beautiful business. However, this is what happens to us. We get in our own way. Things get hard, scratchy. Maybe we doubt. Oops. Oh, I hope you can still hear me.
Okay, so that is where I had the like my audio went away, or at least I thought it did, but it didn't really. So anyways, so okay, so where I left off was in the explanation, you guys, of the Soar sheet. I hope you all got that. Ask questions. If you don't, ask. And of course, these are going to be on your Facebook group, and if you have boards. My unit uses boards. I'm not sure about everybody else, but you guys ask your director about that. So where I left off was taking you from this source sheet and into the 2 tracking. So I was talking about tracking. I was talking about the importance of tracking. And so we have 2 tracking sheets available to you. One is a monthly tracking sheet, and one is a yearly tracking sheet. And I put that little sticky note right there so I would remember to say this. That's why I do these things. Okay, so this yearly tracking sheet shows the months down the side, and it shows across the top the activities in which we do in our business. Lead generation, faces, how many skincare sets, what were your retail sales each month, your career shares each month, how many team members each month, and what was your wholesale each month. So can you imagine in 1 year's time, if you tracked, you will be able to see where's my strengths. What kind of numbers, what kind of results am I getting from the numbers in which I'm putting in? So with my lead generation, how many faces is coming from that? And from those faces, how many skincare sets? And from those skincare sets, what's my retail sales and my shares when I share this opportunity? How many team members am I adding? This is gold. What most people do, they'll do the first couple months and then they stop. They start out strong, but then they stop. Why? Because they're daily habits. All right. So I'll get to that in a second. So this shows your year. Down here, it shows your SOAR Achiever. What is a SOAR Achiever? That is when you do at least 600 wholesale each month, the company gives you the prize, the SOAR prize, this seminar year 23 and 24, 2023 and 2024 of next year. So did I wholesale order up to at least 600? And that's all your orders. I talked about that already. This is your STAR quarters. So when you average 600 a month for 3 quarters, that adds up to 1800 or more, then you're a star consultant. 2400 is ruby and diamond, and that's another training. So this is 4 quarters right here. Did I do that? Quarter sharing, that's 24 great start qualified new team members. One thing I noticed when I was explaining this that I didn't say because I cut myself off was this 40,000 feet. I said that's where the court of sales happens. It's also where the court of sharing happens. Princess Court, 40,000 feet, excuse me, 40,000 feet. Princess Court is right around here and here for those 2 categories, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, you will. Down here, you get to track your Princess Court and you get to track your Queen's Court of Sales. These are retail numbers of your wholesale orders. Okay. I won't go into that in too much detail because you're going to get training on this. So can you imagine, ladies, can you imagine as a business owner, let's treat our business like a business, because when we treat it like a business, it will pay us like a business. If you're treating it like a little pink thing on the side, kind of just, we call it pink piddling. That's fine if that's what you want. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging it. But if you want money out of your business and you want personal growth, you want those priceless things that come out of this business, you've got to track your business like a business and treat yourself like the best employee you have ever had. Be the best boss you've ever had and be the best employee you've ever had. And sometimes employee Stephanie needs to listen to boss Stephanie, and boss Stephanie needs to have a talk with employee Stephanie. So this is gold. So if you're watching this, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, if you're one of mine or if you're under any of my directors and you say, Stephanie, in the comments, Stephanie, I want one of those year-long tracking sheets. I'm going to send this to you in a poster form. There. Now, I'm almost 17 minutes into my training. So a bunch of you already dropped off, but the serious ones stayed on and said, this is worth my whole 17 minutes out of my life to actually learn the things that I've learned over my 33 years. Didn't get where I'm at, not knowing what I'm doing, ladies. So I want to share it with you, and the same with your directors. Okay, so that's your yearly tracking. Here's your daily tracking, daily and monthly. Okay, so if you want to stop me and go find these on your Facebook group and print them, and so you have them in front of you, then great. I'm going to talk about habits now. How do these numbers grow and grow and grow when your daily habits do? Daily habits. Show me your habits. Show me your daily habits, and I can show you what your business will do. Good, bad, or ugly. It's the same with me. I'm not exempt from any of this. All right, so we're going to start up here I'm going to start up here on the top. Here's your daily habits tracking. So remember, all of the elevations had a certain amount of daily tracking, daily habits to shoot for each month, so that then from those daily habits, you're going to get the other things, the faces, the sales, the la la la. Okay, so everything's connected, right? So at the 5,000 elevation, it's 50 daily habits, and then it goes 60, 70, and 90. Okay, so you might be thinking that seems like a lot. It's not. It's not. But it is what you create into a habit in your life, daily life, will pay off or hold you back. Daily habits are not neutral. They either move you forward or they move. I'm going to say us. They either move us forward or they move us back. Because if you're staying the same, that's the same as backwards. Okay. So if there's things that you really want to improve in your life, start by creating yourself some daily habits. Okay. So first daily habits we're going to talk about up here is your why walk. Your why walk is, I'm going to do another training on that here within the next few days. So stay tuned for it. But basically it's a time in your day where you just stop. And most people do it in the morning. That's when I do it usually. 10, 15 minutes where you stop and you walk through your why. Now you might be going, what is a why? I don't know what a why is. You're going to learn on my next training. It's the deeper than the goal. It's the why, deep. It'll probably make you cry. If I earn my Mary Kay car, and we can sell our other car, we don't have a car payment, that will free up this money that then we can pay for our daughter to be in private school, and then she's not going to be bullied or whatever. I don't know. I could go on and on. It goes deep. It's not just the goal of earning the car. So you got to visit it. You got to visit it every day. You got to experience it, feel it, have the emotion of it, connect a song to it. I don't know, but I'm going to train you on that very soon. So stay tuned. So there's 31 days in some months not. Did I visit my why walk? Did I walk through it? You're going to have a prompt. The second one is connect. Connect is anything that is like a new name and a number. So lead generation, starting some new connections. This might be through social media. It might be through message. It might be a referral. It might be you met somebody at the grocery store, at the gym, or the wherever. This is a connect with somebody, help them to feel important. Remember, Mary Kay said, we always have the sign around our neck that says, make me feel important. And then that gives you the opportunity then to move to a Mary Kay conversation. Now, let me just clear something up right here. When you understand the value of what you have to offer, I can't keep it from anybody. Like, there's not a time that whoever I'm around is going to know what I do in my world, because I feel like it's such a valuable part of what I have to offer and I can if somebody will open the door to me, what I can offer into their life. Now, that wasn't how I started my business. I was so concerned about what people thought that I was scared to say what I do because I thought they would judge me. Do you think I get judged? Absolutely. It just tells me, oh, she's not in my market. Oh, she's not interested. She doesn't get me yet. I'll continue to build a relationship. Maybe time will tell and it'll come back around. So I don't build relationships to get something from people. I build relationships because it's the right thing to do. I love relationships. I love new relationships. I love people, but I believe that I have something so valuable in this Mary Kay product, this Mary Kay opportunity, that if it's something that she chooses, I want to make sure she knows what I do. I'm not going to be a secret agent consultant. Okay. So those connections, you're going to know when these are done with excellence. So you're going to be making some of these choices. I'm not going to have any like measurement of these things, but you're going to know, like today, okay, I reached out to a couple of people on in my social media and started a conversation in the comments. You made some connections, but you got to follow back up and follow, because the fortune's in the follow-up. All right, book, send a Mary Kay invite, either for hosting an event, career chat, getting a facial, trying the product. I'm going to send her a sample. I'm going to do a Zoom, whatever. That's an actual booking, like something in your calendar. And then following up, connecting back. That's where you're going to have these connects up here, but you're going to follow back up and reconnect with those people that need to either be closed up, followed through, re-coached to make sure the appointment stays on your calendar, all of that. Okay, so you have 31 little places that you can just circle. And why walk, connect, book, and follow up. That's your daily habits. When you do those on however many days a week you choose to run your Mary Kay business, if it's one, it's one. If it's five, it's five. I don't suggest you work more than 5 days a week. I don't think we have to, if you're effective. Now, if you do a bunch of other things in your life, you might work 5 days and maybe even 6 or 7, but you're only working maybe 15 minutes one of those days, right? So that's your decision, not mine. Faces, you're just going to track how many faces. Put their names in there, because you're going to want to keep these pages each week or each month, because then you can kind of go back and see if anybody fell through the cracks. Skincare sets. That's obvious. That's going to be your miracle sets, your Volume Firms, your botanicals, your men's set. It can be any of those skincare sets. Retail sales, career shares, put their names on there. Team members, new team members, and then your wholesale orders are down here on the bottom. Okay, so this at the top, daily habits, creates these to actually happen, so you have something to track. This gives you the opportunity to, over time, see where you're going and where you're having success, where you want to put some more emphasis, and where you have some blind spots. This explains it all and keeps you on a target, gives you a target to shoot for. Do you guys see the strategy behind this? That is our goal. One thing's missing: celebration, inspiration, education, and connection. And where can we do that? Here's a bunch of different ways you're going to do that. Your weekly huddle or meeting, whatever your director calls it. That's so important. I've never, 33 years, you guys, listen to me. Look at my eyes. I have never known a consultant, 33 years, that has been successful. And when I mean successful, like she has moved into a leadership position, into an influential position, built a long-term, sustainable, profitable Mary Kay business in the income producing part of our business, not the priceless stuff, the income producing part. I've never seen the consultant do that and not be connected. And that might not, connection is important. And you have directors that have decades of experience. I always tell people, the more you talk to me, the more money you'll make. I do not mean that arrogantly. I mean that when you plug into the people that know what they're doing and you're wise and you recognize they have something to offer you, you will build a great business. Now, I'm 25 minutes into this training now. Some of you have fallen off. Those of you that are still here, I applaud you. And that doesn't mean that some of you aren't going to come back and watch it. You got interrupted or whatever. I'm not talking about those of you. I'm talking about the ones who could keep their focus for 5 minutes and that was it. Because here's what happens, you guys. These daily habits take focus. These daily habits take focus. They take intention. And that means putting on blinders sometimes and not allowing the ways our brains have been now trained because of social media to tune out after 2 minutes. I think our attention spans are even less than 2 minutes now. So I just want to encourage you, plug in. Connection, education, inspiration. What did I miss? Training, all those actions are happening on your weekly meeting. They're going to also happen with your RAIN family huddle that we do once a month, usually the first-ish of the month, but it depends on what day of the week that falls on. Then also we are kicking out something new, and it is a Facebook group. So watch for the link, and it is just for those of us that are moving up in our business and want that connection or wanting to build and rise and soar like never before. And it's where it's not going to be announcements or training or things that you see on your units Facebook groups. This is for you and us, everybody together, to pop in there and say, I just held $1,000 party. I just had my first $100 day. I just added a new team member. You guys, I tried this new idea and it worked. And we can celebrate each other and lift each other up and again, soar like never before. Because when we see other successes, it inspires us. And I think one of the things that women need more than anything right now is to be inspired by other successes and not diminished by them. And when you're in an environment like we can create in Mary Kay, you're going to have that. So watch for the link and join that Mary Kay or join that Facebook group. And we will be so jazzed to have you in there. All right. So conversation with your director about which elevation you're going to choose. Get on it right away, because I know I'm already a week into the month and into the new year. Set your sights and recognize set your sights a little higher than you might think you can do, and shoot for it. Because Mary Kay always taught us, right? Shoot for the moon and you fall amongst the stars. And if you think that if you shoot for the moon and you fall amongst the stars, that you're going to be disappointed, learn to handle disappointment. Learn to handle it. You're not going to learn to handle it by shooting low and always hitting your goal. That will not build any sort of character, any strength, any sort of foundation. And I don't mean shoot for like ridiculously outside of what time, you know what I mean? Like let's not be pie in the sky. Let's be reasonably high, reasonably high. Expect some excellence out of you. And then you will rise to the occasion. I love you guys so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to represent the women that we get to in this RAIN national area. Watch out. We're coming. This next 18 months is going to be so precious, and you're going to want to be part of it. So join in and grow your business where you want it, and start dreaming, you guys, and dream bigger than you have before. Love you. Bye.